Welcome back to the Maven Show. This is your host Rohit. Today we have Rishabh, the founder and CEO at Content Beta. Thank you, Rishabh, for getting into the show.
Thanks for having me, Rohit.
Awesome. I think you've been into agency from last 3 to 5 years now, and I think more than that probably, and been into business for long. And you have the agency specialized into the video marketing and so on. So, would you just like to give a quick intro about yourself first, how you got started with everything and entrepreneurship, though?
Sure. So I used to work with a venture capital fund into education, and I saw a big opportunity in creating like online courses space. So built a company around that where we did taught courses, and we then jumped into corporate training. And then when we were scaling really well, then COVID hit, and lots of, most training businesses they failed because corporates were not investing in training. This was during COVID, and uh, we felt that if we can create content for enterprise software companies like Power BI, Tableau, why can't we do it for SMB software companies? And that's how we jumped into Content Beta. So Content Beta is practically a COVID baby. We started from zero, and we started doing outreach in the US, trying to get software companies. And slowly, as a more than a video agency, we also became like a design service. And so today we are like a full stack creative team on subscription. Normally, software startups work with us, kind of subscribe to our team, and they could do multiple things within design and video.
Awesome. That's the great model, I guess, you come up with. Awesome. So I think you've been into design and you've been into video a lot. So what do you mean by design at scale and design at scale and video at scale,
So I think a lot of companies, so when they want to create content for their organization or for their brand, one thing which I think they don't do it well is trying to templatize things, right? I mean, sure, if you want to create a Titanic movie, you can't templatize because there's only one such movie.
That's real.
But if you want to create something at scale, you got to templatize it. When I say templatize it, create process, create guides for yourself, create checklists, so that it's not dependent on one person or a group of people, right? So that's what we do. We help organization. So we've created ourselves for our own services. So when we work with organization, we have like a very standard intake form, and then we have standard responses. You have standard checklists when we deliver. If we have, even on top of it, even our costs are standard, right? Most design and video agencies, they are pretty much gray in terms of pricing. They will tell you that, hey, you send us something and then we'll let you know, right? After looking at
custom
and custom, right? So we've tried to make it standard, so that even for an org, they understand, right? If I want to do one asset, this is the cost. If I want to do 1,000 assets, this is the cost, right? For some companies, we are doing like 700 product videos. For ManyChat, we have done like 16 of their courses on their website about how to use ManyChat for Instagram, for Facebook Messenger. So I think, yeah, the point I was coming back to is, if you want to scale content creation for your org, you got to template it. You got to put systems and processes to make sure it's smooth, and you could scale up and down by adding your resources such as people.
That's real. That's cool. Awesome. So I think your agency is pretty new as well, and you are reaching out to customers, and you are acquiring customers in a way to help them, like in the video marketing, get them better results with the video content. So what are the basic strategies you used to have into the cold outreach? What are the process? What's the best process you are taking on right now?
So cold outreach, so our idea is to find people with problems, right? So initially when I started doing cold outreach, I used to reach out to everyone, right? Of course, I had my industry fixed, but I used to reach out to everyone, and probably didn't get good results. But now we have fixed our ICP. We even go beyond this demographic ICP, that we only need people like 50 employees plus, or funded companies or something like that. But going beyond that, as in, where are the gaps, right? And of course, we do things which are scalable. For example, if somebody's hiring, so probably hiring is a signal. Somebody switch jobs, or somebody spending like $10,000 on ads every week. right? So we started looking for signals to figure out where the problem could be. And then our emails are also quite personalized, right? I mean, not that I'm trying to say that they're entirely written by hand, but at least there are two or three placeholders which has personalized lines, right? So if I'm writing to Rohit, I'll say, "Hey Rohit, really loved your podcast with
Mhm.
Rishabh, and great to see your 2 cents on X, Y, and Z." Now
Uh-huh.
this, and so this is the first personalized line, and probably the rest of the email will be standard. But
Yeah,
now Rohit will at least read my email body, if not like not that he's going to become a customer, but he'll give it a thought. So I think finding people with problems in personalizing emails are my secret.
got it. Awesome. I think that's the way how you did to me as well. Even the first outreach from the agency cocktail.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome. So
So,
just
one thing, yeah.
uh,
So another thing, so yeah. So if you don't do personalization, do like a trigger. Have a
yeah,
trigger, right? And trigger has to be mutual. So like
yeah,
both of us attended in an event,
yeah.
and then that's the trigger, right? I mean that's
Mm.
how even you'll open up for me.
Yep, that's real. That's real. Cool. So tell us like few steps, like you've been into video for long now. So what are the best possible ways to do the video marketing the right way?
So I think a lot of people think video marketing is just creating their homepage video and that's it, right?
Uh-huh.
Or maybe people these days think let's make TikTok videos or Instagram reels. I think you should think about video marketing like how you think about marketing funnel, right? So create content at different stages, like top of the funnel, medium, and bottom. And for companies which are running subscription based business, even after conversion, because you got to retain them. um, so that's how I think about it in four stages: top, middle, bottom, and probably loyalty and advocacy kind of stage. Now, each of these stages have different goals, right? And you can't say that the content I've created will be applicable for all my four stages. So you
Mm-hmm.
first got to figure out your goal. Is your goal to tease people to learn more, right? That's how top of the funnel works. Top of the
Yeah,
funnel doesn't mean that they got to buy. It means they are interested to learn more, right?
yeah.
So probably external videos might go there. In the middle of the funnel, so probably they are evaluating a couple of options. Probably they are not sure about what use cases will your product or service solve. In that case, I would go more like a demo video or a use case video just to show possibilities of what your product can do. um at 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 the bottom of the funnel, probably a bit of use case and a bit of social proof, right? So I want to tell them that, hey, you are not the first one who's going to try out this product. There are other companies like you who had these problems, and probably bringing out the voice of the customer in a video format. So kind of that, like that. So I would say product explain, a product demo, and a product demo slash use case video, and social proof videos like customer videos. After conversion, I think what we recommend is doing how to or onboarding videos. Typically create content
Tutorials.
where people ask most questions. So not that you have to convert entire help center into how to
Yeah.
library, but at least your 30-40% of the most frequently asked question. Because I mean, see, I'm not saying that video is going to solve all your problems, right? But
Mm-hmm.
there are people learn differently. Some people love reading, some people love watching, some people love by doing. And obviously we can't know who's our audience, right? I mean,
Yeah.
what's his learning preference, and you
Yeah.
got to be there in different formats. I mean, that's why I say that, hey, you got to invest in video. The only problem with video is people think it's way too expensive, um and because it is time intensive, right? But I think this new ways of creating videos like on Loom, Vidyard,
Yeah.
even this new synthetic voiceover tools, I think it's making the life easier.
Yeah. It is. It is. Tech is first. It's real now. Yep.
Mhm.
So, and cool. So just have one last question, like tell me like how are the founders like you, me, and even big founders or mid-sized founders can do their personal branding or can do their founders branding, the best way, do that.
I think I think posting online, not just like your post, but commenting also, I think it's valuable. And the problem with that activity is there is no instant gratification. you might post daily for like 3 months, and probably even after in the fourth month you might still get like 5 likes or 5 engagement, right? So it's very easy for people, for us to get discouraged, that hey, I'm not getting engagement, probably I'm not doing a great job, probably I'm not a good thought leader, or probably I'm not suitable for that, let me try something else. But I think the future is personal branding, right? I mean, uh, people, I mean, it's quite old adage, people buy from people, right? So even so if you are not a personal brand, you got to get somebody else who could be like the face of your brand, right? And instead of bearing that expense, what stops you from becoming that personal brand, right? I mean, so that's one part. So figuring out that it's really important to have visibility in the
Mm-hmm.
digital world. Second, I think the easiest way is to probably record yourself, right? So record yourself, probably turn on Zoom, figure out the top most asked questions in your industry or in your area of expertise, and
Mm-hmm.
just record yourself. There are lots of online tools where you could just convert that 30 minutes of recording into short 1 minute, 2 minute clips, by just putting like just editing that video clip and just keep on posting it on YouTube. And it's not just one channel, could be on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, I mean, TikTok, whatever. So uh, keep on doing that, right? I mean, you don't have to create like the best movie, right? It doesn't have to be like that, but you have to be consistent. um I think I've seen that benefit. I mean, not that I've been doing it for 10 years, I've been doing it for probably 6 months, and I've started seeing the effect. Although I may not get a lot of engagement, but people are watching you, right? I mean, they may not
Yeah.
always like, comment, or share of whatever your posts are, but they are watching you. And suddenly I get like LinkedIn messages, hey, do you do this? And then I realized, hey, he would have seen me in one of my previous posts.
Yeah.
So I think build online visibility, and create a lot of videos.
So, what do you suggest to any founder who is just getting started to do the founder branding? Like they should be sticking to one specific channel or social, or they should be just go on with all the social channels and put the word out.
So first, I would say where my audience is hanging. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, for me, it's marketers.
Mm-hmm.
So marketers are very active on LinkedIn. They are also very active on Facebook, or and Twitter, but they are not. I mean, probably senior guys are not active on Instagram, or they're not active on TikTok. So I think I would stick to where my audience is active. Oh, I mean, I'm not saying the audience will be constant for the rest of your life. I mean, at least that's a starting point. And after you feel comfortable in those channels, probably add one or two channel every 3 4 months.
Got it. Awesome. So, Rishabh, any best advice for anyone like who is getting started with the video marketing? What do you recommend? Does video content work at this time or not? Or if video content works, then the written content or not? What's the best advice do you have for someone?
I think I'll repeat what I said before. So there are your customers could be in different type of learners, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can't stick to just one format.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying word is better or video is better or audio is better. Like
Uh-huh.
there even podcast, right? So you got to be there in different platforms. Invest slowly. Don't bet long on one type of content, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I know text is very juicy because people think that hey, I mean also get organic traffic from Google, but I think Google is also constantly um, modifying its algorithm, and I
Mm-hmm.
think videos are getting a lot of benefit these days. So I
Yeah.
think so yeah, so in short, I think be there on different platform and do it in small steps.
Got it. Awesome, Rishabh. Well, thank you so much for getting into the show. I guess it was good to have you in and to share these insights regarding the video marketing, founders branding, and so on. So, yeah, thank you so much for having in.
Thanks, Rohit. Have a lovely day.